What's up, guys? Sub-Zero here. We are watching a game from Jazlatte, who is 1800 LP on the Chinese server. He was rank 1 a little while ago, ran it down a bit, but still very, very high ranked. And I haven't actually yet to watch his gameplay a ton, so I'm curious to see how he plays on the new patch. I don't know what that was. Maybe it was bugged or something. That's interesting. Okay, wow, man, he reconnected so fast. All right, so he could potentially have this mascot opener, or else see like talents plus the Silas, which could be more towards like a Viego game. I'd be curious to see him play Viego because I feel like Viego's not that strong in this current patch. I'm also curious about him actually playing this board. I would always play the Galio here personally. Oh god, I don't think that's. I don't know. Okay, first augment here. I don't think any of these actually do that well stats wise. Let's pull up the augment stats to see. Electro 3 averages a 4.7. Wise Spending averages a 5.01. And then Ancient Archives 2, I think, is the best one here. Yeah, 4.43. Especially because it gives you 8 gold now. You could actually just rip the Ancient Archives here and try to play Viego game. I don't actually hate that. Do we have a super? We do. We have GP. You can get it as like a super to give you a higher chance of hitting good stuff. If anything, I would take this. His items for Viego aren't even bad. Like, they're pretty reasonable. This could be a Q-Cone. Or it could just be Ionic Spark plus some kind of tier item like Hodge. Wise Spending has been one of the worst ever. Yeah, I don't know why it's so bad. I think I might just rip Archives here, but I wouldn't be surprised if he rerolls. All right, rerolls into Level Up, Lucky Gloves, and Cyber Implants. Can't really take Lucky Gloves here with no gloves. Can't really take Cyber Implants with like tier in this position. And what's the stats on Level Up taken? I mean, it's good enough. Yeah, 4.5. Okay, let's just take Level Up here. Awesome. So we get to see him play a Level Up game. This should be fun. I'm curious how he plays it out because there are a few like schools of thought. Like, you can either like push levels hard early with Level Up, or you can like try to lost streak in this situation and then like make econ and then spike your board later. I think especially with like these items, it makes sense to probably just lost streak in this position. So yeah, he's just gonna chill a bit and then probably spike sometime during stage 3 really hard, which makes sense to me. So yeah, it is a little bit scary because it's a prismatic lobby, right? Like, prismatic lobbies, you can end up taking a ton of damage. I'd play Sivir here for the backline, or Lulu, but probably Sivir here, just over a Wukong. Because like my only issue with playing this board is like, how are you ever actually killing a unit? Like, he actually thinks Wukong's gonna do more damage than Sivir here. Okay, no, he doesn't. Okay, good. Oh, we called that, by the way. I mean, it's a pretty easy thing to call. There's a mistake actually here. Like, if he has all 3 units on the right side here, he can potentially kill a unit. If you could get Sivir to snipe the whatchamacallit, the GP, then you can definitely potentially kill a unit. Like, he's actually lazy here and not scouting. Like, if this is tournament, you should be scouting. Like, he could have killed this GP and saved some HP. They still have AP meta Pog. Oh, it could be. It could be indeed. And what am I gonna do? Maybe I can move my chat up here above his chat, because it's like over on top, which is very awkward. Yep, makes 20 here, which I love. I think it makes perfect sense. But yeah, it might actually be AP meta. I guess the only problem with moving it up here is that, like, okay, maybe I'll just move it like all the way up here. Here. This is the best place for it to be, I think. So you're not going to see notifications if I get any, but all good. It's just, he has his chat there. Okay, another 5-0. So he's 74 at 2-3. Not the best. Okay, what do you want to lead towards here? Because you can lean towards whatever. Chain, Cloak, and Tier here. Like, he could just take a sword and try to play towards like some kind of like AP comp with Talia. My god, is that Sub-Zero arc? Well, you could also just go like Sunfire. I mean, I feel like you want to take a 3 cost, which is probably sword. Maybe bow doesn't seem bad. I'd take sword here personally. I'm curious to see what he takes. Oh, okay. What's bow for here? Static Shiv isn't bad. That's the only, unless he really just wants to go towards an AD comp and then just pivot like out of, I mean, it's not really a pivot, but just get out of these items. I mean, this is just a sure shot to play. It just feels a little bit awkward with the items. But I guess this is your strongest board. But also still even, you could think about selling Sivir here. Making 30. I definitely would. Because if you make 30 here, doesn't that guarantee you make 40 next round? Wait, you're making 40 next round regardless, right? I mean, no, not really. Like, this is plus 2 gold and this is plus 2 gold. And then you make 5 gold inherently. That's only 9. You don't actually make 40 here if you don't make 30 there. But he actually thinks the Sivir is worth it. But like, if you make 30 there, then you can make 40 this round. I'm actually surprised that he doesn't want to make 30 into 40 here. But I mean, It's not like the end of the world. Okay, he just has to make sure he loses this fight, and he does, so that's good. Because his board's not actually the weakest thing in the world. It's a little bit surprising that he's 66 right here. But I mean, his board was really bad for the first 3 fights, and it's Prismatic Lobby, so fair enough. Yeah, 58. All right, at least he's not 56, but yeah, 58 is definitely a bit low. Make Econ here, which feels like he's making 40 here, which feels really good. This board will always beat Krugs. So, I mean, all things considered, not the worst spot to be in. Majority of my lobby's low master LeBlanc. Yeah, I think AP is a lot better this patch. I think Talia is actually really strong. I haven't got a chance to play her myself, but from what I've seen and what the stats say, she looks really good. All right, item slams here. These actually aren't that great. Like, they're kind of pulling you in 2 different directions. Like, if he wants to play Sure Shot, then you would just go, like, Last Whisper, this becomes Gunblade, this becomes, like, Protector's Vow. And that sounds fine, I guess. You can just level up for free here, and you get to play Renekton too, which is nice. I mean, I would wait to see Augment here for sure. Like, I think that changes things a lot. All right, let's see what admin is. Actually, who gives a damn? Honestly, he's not playing admin this game. Probably, right? Okay, let's just look at the one that he took. And if he does end up playing admin here, then but he slammed Last Whisper. What did he take, though? Just for fun. When casting a skill, admin gets 10 AP. Okay, who cares? How do you review so much? I review one game, my addiction can't help but put me back in there. Wolfwood, Agman, Poggo. No, I do want to play some, but I don't know. I just love reviewing so much. It's so cool to get different players' perspectives on the game. All right, Augment here. This is Absolution, which is really bad stats-wise. It is 333. You probably just roll for core focus. Though core focus, or it's like core formation actually, I think is what it's called, looks really bad post-patch if you look at the stats. Yeah, 4.7, but like I don't think Absolution performs much better. Like they both look really bad. Like I don't know, if you want to just look at 3 costs in general, you can do this and say like ideally, I don't know, like in this position, there's not actually much good stuff to take. Like you don't really want to be playing Sure Shots for a 3-cost augment. We'll see. Maybe core formation is just good enough. But yeah, you could take like a Cho augment, but like even that's not great. Like you really want to be digging for Vayne augments, Nyla augments, Zoe augments. Those are the most broken ones. You want to get like Recon in, Kaisa. Kaisa Vayne you can get with like Recon. Duelist can give you Vayne plus Nyla, which are both really strong. Like LeBlanc and Zoe can sort of be like a package deal if you can get like Hacker in, and like Reveration's still good. But yeah, like I assume he's just gonna roll for core formation, but the stats on it look really bad. But like it does make the most sense in his position for sure. Yeah, you can just level to 7 basically for free here. I'm surprised he rolls here. Maybe it's just the greedy player in me, but I would just sack until 3-5 and go like, level 8 maybe. But yeah, maybe that's too much. I mean, he does have a good amount of stuff to roll for, and ends up getting a Leona. So now he just has Protector Spell Leona. Bad. Okay. I mean, it's not the worst board. Same, especially with level up, I would have of sacking, yeah. Because like I don't know, I feel like if you're capping, like if you do this, you cap your board artificially lower. But I'm curious to see how he plays this game. Because like obviously, if he stabilizes really hard here, like if he hits like a Senna 2 and a Sivir 2, his board, like he can just like win streak here and then make a ton of gold, which I think is what he's looking for here. I would roll to 0 here actually. Now that you have these pairs, you're sitting on 3 pairs that are pretty transformative on your board. Like if you hit Rammus plus Cho, you can't really play both without selling Alistar, which was a little bit awkward because it's an Alistar too. Like hitting Senna as well, you have like 3 pretty good pairs that you can hit. But he's just gonna chill on 10. But I mean, it seems quite reasonable. Sword here ideally is a 1-cost sword. You could also do something. What are his open components? He has this cloak open and that's it. Yeah, just his cloak open. Like I don't know, a declaw. You go for new gargoyles. I still haven't seen too many people building that item. I don't think Spat does that much for him. He really wanted Sword here, but it's 1 cost. I would just go Declaw here, I guess. Ooh. He does actually go 1-cost Sword, wow. I've seen other people do this, like, very similar thing before, where they just prioritize getting the Gunblade, even if it means you're getting a 1-cost. Which, yeah, I mean, I think it's pretty reasonable. I am a greedy person gold-wise. Okay, yeah. He rolls at least a 10. Okay, beautiful. And gets to make 10, which is very big. Item pop-off bug doesn't exist anymore, so that doesn't do anything. Most broken comp this patch? I can't say for sure yet. I know I've seen Talia perform very well. That might be like a really strong, consistent comp. But I don't know. It's the first day of the patch, so it's definitely nothing is like set in stone. I think Yumi is still very strong. Like Draven is really strong still if you get a good spot for them. But yeah, so he ended up, yeah, and you can just sell a Cho here to make gold. He ended up basically stabilizing really hard on 3-2 at level 7. And now he's just win streaking here, and he's going to use this econ if he can continue his streak to just push level 8. Yo, what's up, Cowboys? How's it going? How's it going? But yeah, like if he wins his next fight, he's actually in a really good spot, and his board looks quite strong. So I would not be surprised if he does win. And then you can just sell the Cho, and yeah, you're in a really good spot. Like your board is, ooh, it is almost a close fight actually. But yeah, your board is like a lot stronger than a normal board. I would hold the Wukong actually. Like, is there not a world where you play like Mech Leona here? Which gang greater than YouTube gang? Don't tell him though. Oh, sorry. You know, it also appears in the top right screen, so I think they know regardless. Okay, ends up getting a sword anyway. He gets a spat. Spat's pretty awkward. Like you don't really want to play Laser Core Spat in this position, I would say. Admin Spat's pretty bad. I don't know what spat you actually make here. Duelist Spat's pretty bad. They're all like not great, honestly. Like Laser Core Spat does like barely anything. I'm curious to see what he makes here. Maybe it's like Mascot Spat. I don't hate that much. Yeah, I mean, could be. Oh my god. Okay, so we can actually go 8 here. I didn't realize that. You can just go 8 here and then hits God, Shop on 8 of Phelios plus Urgot. I mean, this is literally just your board. You probably don't have to roll anymore. And give that to Urgot. Yeah, and your spot looks amazing. Okay, I'm down. I am down for this position. Do you ever BT Leona here, by the way? Like, it's a really solid Leona item, but it is just Leona 1. Okay. He's just gonna look for a sword item on Senna, which is definitely reasonable. I don't know. I would be tempted to BT Leona just to play for streak here, but maybe it's too inefficient. All right, so now he's level 8 streaking. So yeah, this is a really interesting, like, well-played game. Ooh. Okay, I would just take Forge here, but these are all really good. Maybe I wouldn't take Forge. Fuck. Maybe I just take, like, Ascension. These are all really good. It's just Ascension. Okay, stats-wise, what's best? But, like, obviously it matters more just, like, what your position is, honestly. But at 4-2, Ascension is 4.3. Portable is 4.5. And Second Wind, 4.4. Okay, so if you just say stats, Ascension. I don't know. I mean, Ascension is so good with Phelios. Maybe it's just Ascension. Okay, I'll just take Ascension here. I was thinking, like, Portable, but, like, you actually don't have an open slot here. And there's not actually that many good items you can even get off Portable. Okay, you just take Second Wind, which, not bad either. Ooh, you just play double Urgot over Rammus here, right? And you could potentially fit this in. So there's actually not an easy spot to fit this in. But I'm down to sell these both and just play double Urgot, or you could play Rammus, or you could play this. But like I'm sure that you're not supposed to play Rammus there over either of those. Yep, looks good. Okay, I mean I love the board. Let's see if we can go 9 from here. Isn't Portable good to get a frontline item? Yeah, but like I don't know. I feel like the frontline items they really want you to invest in like a mega tank. We don't actually have like a super tank this game. Like I don't know if you had. Like, if we get mech in, then I feel actually even better about Portable. But I don't know, I feel like Ascension and Second Wind are really consistent. Whereas Portable has the opportunity to low roll really hard. Like, what if your options are, like, Triforce, Black Cleaver, or whatever it is, Infinity... What is it called? Something Cleaver? And, like, Zanya's. Like, what are you taking? Like, Zanya's for... Like, you know, you have this sword slammed on Senna, so it's actually, like, really awkward if you take, like, a Infinity Force. I guess it would just go on, like, a Phelios, because, like, your items are going on him late game, but it's just, like, a bit awkward. Like, I feel like that's less strong than if you just take, Second Wind here. Oh! Oh, it's too easy. Oh. It's actually the Fawn off Carousel. Oh, it's too gross. That is too gross. Well, I was curious to see what his plan would be. Is he already moving items? Oh, yeah, make IE. Okay. Yeah, I mean I don't hate it. So he's still doing Blue Gun Aphelios, even though it got nerfed this patch. It's interesting. Because I mean it's definitely supposed to be a bit weaker. I feel like in some matchups Red Gun might be better. Especially with the crit. Someone was saying that like crit is really crucial when you're playing Red Gun. But, I mean, he's just still defaulting Blue Gun. Maybe it's just still Blue Gun. We'll see. Are you having fun with this review, bruh? Laser Core officially canceled if no one said was fat. I mean, he was second round of picks. So it's not like nobody wanted it necessarily. Like someone later might have wanted it, but yeah, I don't think that. Like, I mean, at this point, you're either committed laser, you're not committed laser, right? Like, he's not gonna, like, you know, watching Jazlatte play this game, like he's not gonna pivot into laser core from here. So like, I don't know how many laser core players there are in this lobby, like if any, but you know, no one's gonna pivot into it. All right. The targeting bug is so bad. Yeah, you know, it's like, I haven't, I watched a game from Yogurt earlier today where he was playing RFC Jax, and every fight, Jax would just like walk to the middle of the board and start hitting something. It's kind of sus. Hopefully they can fix it quickly. Like best case, they can like hot fix it, but like it's not always something that can be done. I mean, I don't even hate mugs here. Yeah, I like going 9 and rolling here. There's a lot of good hits. If you had Urgot too, you're in an insane spot. You can play Mord, right? You're not playing any aces. I also, man, I love that there's 4 choices now. I mean, Redemption tends to be with a tanky frontline. You already have second win, though. It's just Warmogs, right? He's really looking at Morello. Oh, wait, he didn't have Morellos. For some reason, I thought he already had Morellos, but actually Morellos, yeah, Morellos is quite strong. Okay. For some reason, I thought that, I thought this Ionic was a Morellos, but yeah, okay, Morellos is best then, for sure. Yeah, and the Fiddle with Morellos does such good work. I was thinking Morello or God, but actually, it's just better on Fiddle. My God. I mean, both are quite good holders of it. Yeah, I mean, I would personally just keep rolling here. There's so many good things for you to hit. God, now you like definitely just roll to 0. I mean, I would even like sell the Echo and keep rolling, but I mean, I guess he is coming in after you hit like Urgot too. So maybe you should just hold him. Yeah, okay, fair enough. So you just chill. And he also like he could hold Zach Fair over Echo, I guess. Maybe that's better. I mean, he's still in a great spot. His board's very strong, and he's really close to hitting. Oh, he doesn't have to sell. Duh. I always forget that, you know, like, you're going to get gold off the Urgots quite often, so you don't have to, like, sell stuff in that situation. I need to condition myself to do that, but honestly, we're so close to the end of the set that I'm not going to... Oh. Like, I mean, maybe they won't take... They'll probably keep Urgot for next set, right? For the mid set? Maybe? I guess we'll see. I would swap Urgot and Alistar here for sure. I don't really like having him so far on the left. And he red gunned here. That's interesting. Maybe he's just trying it out. How much damage did Aphelios do with red gun? 4.3, not bad. AP heavy patch? I think it's very possible that it is. Hard to say after just one day. I mean, we're watching Jazlatte smurf with sure shots, but this is obviously a pretty specific situation. Okay. So what are we looking at here in terms of his board? We have a 3-item Aphelios. We have a 2-item Leona, right? Or 1-item Leona, and then 2-item Fiddle. I don't know. Like a Gunblade or actually just Gunblade on Fiddle is pretty sick here. Yeah, of course you're not getting that. I guess I don't hate Titans. You could also just go JG for Fiddle. I really want to take a Leona item here, personally, just because Leona 2 already. But I wouldn't be surprised if it was... Yeah, it looks like it's just JG. Ooh. Did he really take this? Okay, he took this as an Urgot item. I guess that's fair. Oh, and he hits Aphelios. Bad. Okay. Ron's Urgot is definitely good. For some reason, I was not thinking too hard about the Urgot as well. Don't even want to play until it's fixed? I mean, okay, so the upside is that everyone has the targeting bug, right? But yeah, I'm sure it's frustrating to deal with. I'll see when I play some of my own games today how much I mulled over targeting bug. Hopefully I just don't notice it. Because, like, it doesn't happen every single fight. It definitely happens sometimes. Okay. So, solid top 4 so far. Let's see how far he can push. It is a prismatic lobby, so even though his board's insanely strong, other people's boards should theoretically be insanely strong. And this is really cool. He's actually using both guns. Like, he's scouting matchups and looking at, like, okay, do I have a big tank I have to shred through? Okay, maybe it's red gun. Or, like, this gun, like, especially with that Belveth one, like, being able to snipe the Belveth one potentially is, like, really nice. So he's going to go for blue gun. So yeah, I really like that. It means, like, actually Aphelios might be in a good spot if he's actively swapping between guns. It could also mean that he's just, like, trying stuff out as well, because it is literally from day one. Yo, what's up, Darvaza? Didn't even notice the targeting bug, so I think that means I'm really bad at the game. No, it's all good. It depends on how much you actually, like, pay attention to fights, and it's not every fight. I've seen the Gunblade nerf and BT buff. In what situation is it better to go BT now? Do you know? Okay, what do we want here? Yes. How good is Bramble in this lobby? I'd like to scout here and see how good Bramble is, but I mean, GS can't be that bad, ever. Yeah. And he's just going 10 in this situation. I mean, generally BT is better on like melee frontliners, and Gunblade is better on like backliners. Now that's a little bit awkward because like Viego sort of breaks that rule. Like you would normally think Viego is a unit that would want BT. Oh god, that's a targeting bug right there. Phillies just walked up to the middle of the board. It's all good though. Just make your board so strong that it doesn't even matter if you're a Phillies in the middle of the board. But yeah, like I feel like if the items are perfectly balanced, I mean the other issue is that BT gives like AD, and so like like maybe Viego, you can make the argument that just because especially now that it gives even more AD, that like you wouldn't want it on Viego and you just want the AP from Gunblade. But yeah, like generally you would want Gunblade on backliners and BT on like frontliners. Like this Belveth, like Belveth is another unit that normally you would think would want a BT. They actually built BT this game, which is interesting. But like Gunblade has been so broken that you're still building it on units like Belveth. Or unit like Jax. Like Jax is a pretty good example, though he's a lot of magic damage still, but he's like a frontliner who really benefits from that like big shield off of BT. But like Gunblade has been so broken that you still build Gunblade on Jax. I'm curious to see this patch if that still gets shaken up. But I mean, still the AP is nice. There are actually not a ton of like AD frontline carries this set now that I think about it, which is probably part of the reason why BT's underplayed, but also just because it's not as strong, just inherently. It's actually a close fight. Like, the Zed could assassinate Aphelios. He still has Ox CD, though, so yeah, it looks like he's fine. And, like, Aphelios is a great unit to use, like, a Gunblade, or even, like, a Hodge with the Hodge buffs. Yeah, Shroud here is amazing. Happy with that. Oh, and it makes second Aphelios, too, that you can just play. I didn't even realize that. Okay, that's kind of sick. They both choose the same gun every time, right? It doesn't actually matter which gun you pick. Both Aphelios always choose the same gun, I think. Is the detail enter appreciate it? Yeah, no problem. He just puts the Tactician's crown on. He just puts the crown on Aphelios just for the dub. My god. Okay, so this is actually really cool they swap between the two guns. He didn't pick middle gun at all this game. That's probably also because it was a fully itemized Aphelios. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, check my Twitch. My links down below. Thank you.